Kamille basically went. I didn't know how much validity there was to it. Like, even though she said it, it was still largely tame. But she went to Ringside News or whoever and was like, I don't have the freedom, or not the freedom, but I haven't had the opportunity rather to like fully show who I am in AEW, etc. And like Mone lost that thing with Statlander, that I won't even call it like a program. Who even knows what it was? Statlander returned as a babyface out of nowhere just to do this program with Mone. She loses, and then now Statlander's having squash matches on Collision again, and Camille's nowhere to be found. Why did they even bring her to TV? Why did they ever even do anything with her in the first place? But people were saying she's like anti-schmortion or whatever. So that's why. I have no idea like if that's true either. I don't want to speculate on that. But Bryan Alvarez via the Wrestling Observer Radio had an update and said, I don't know if we are going to see her again. I wouldn't be surprised. It's like she was mentioned once after the angle happened and never again. And Brian is saying, I don't know if we are going to see her again. I wouldn't be surprised. God damn, man. For real. For what? What did she do?
People gotta say WWE fumbles.
What
like, come on. Nobody fumbles any harder than Tony.
What was the point of her even ever going there then, if that is what was going to happen? I just don't get it.
Mercedes,
what did she do? Better? Who did she piss off? Like, why don't they just sign people to like 3-month deals then? If it's like, no, we tried her out and then we decided, that she wasn't a good fit, so warehoused, go work at Hog Wrestling or whatever. It's crazy. Speaking of craziness, Athena has now been the ROH Women's World Champion for 2 years. Like Rover, everything she does. And she's not on AEW main roster television. Why? Hopefully one day they paraded her out there for the All In announcement for Texas because she's from Texas. Hopefully they do more with her instead of just stuff like a Ring of Honor 2.5-year title match or whatever, Yeah, shout out Athena, love her.
Watching that no one sees because no one subscribes to Honor Club. Oof. Oh, God. God, he's the worst on the microphone.
Dude, that shit's awesome. I love it. I'm so glad it exists. I'm so glad it exists. I love it. I love it. Mercedes Moné, here's her clapping back at a troll who called her career a downgrade.
Oh, God.
And good for her. Clapping back, but I don't know, she's like doing her cardio or whatever, and I think she's purposefully doing this online as well, like to again garner heat. Like, it's all work, man. You want people pissed at you or you want them to love you, it's pro wrestling at the end of the day. But yeah, guys, she's not looking at it as a downgrade. It's not a downgrade for anyone career-wise to go make more money and work less.
Right.
That's not the criticism. The criticism's just like, I don't even listen, Mercedes is bad. Like the stuff she's doing on TV is bad. I just make fun of that. Honest to God, I love Mercedes as a wrestler. I think that when she has the right opponent, she puts on tremendous matches. I don't know if she can really like carry these people who are a little more green than her or whatever. The way that, let's say, like a Bailey could, if you want to compare it to other Four Horsemen. Monet, it's like her promos are just cringe, and like the whole Kamille, Chris Statlander story and all of that just didn't pan out the way that I think people expected. And her having Peppermint writing all the stuff, it's like, it should be better. No?
Oh, yeah.
She has her own writer. I get it. The story should be there. Then you bring in your own writer, and they tried, and then they just like dropped whatever she was doing. And then so far she's just sort of faced random challengers, had pretty good matches though. But as far as like her impact on wrestling, like, no, dude, Sasha Banks is one of the reasons like NXT was so good, and she's had a large impact. And this is not a downgrade for her to go get like millions and a tour bus and a dressing room and a hotel and talking about, I could get Beyonce to do my insurance. Like, that's not an L, bro. That's an upgrade for her. However, the perception, the talent pool, or like what she's doing wrestling wise, yes, for sure you could criticize that as being a step down. But anyways, let's just hear what she has to say.
I just saw someone say downgrade has to be steady. Bitch, I am richer than I've ever been.
Oh, she's going off.
Putting on the greatest matches that I've ever had. So should I hate stupid people. I hate stupid people.
It's all about the money.
I'm living my best life. The greatest life ever. It's an upgrade, baby. So I went forward and I didn't go back. It's the best feeling ever to be rich in spirit, rich in your bank account, and just rich in life.
No, she's absolutely right. Yeah, you can't knock that. You know what she's saying? Absolutely not. I with her there, keeping it real. It'd be cool if she talked like that on her promos, like real, like
Right.
really said, like, this is how I feel, not, I don't know, doing this shtick that just doesn't really connect with people, I don't think. And as a heel, it just comes across cringe, but not in the way like, oh, we want to see her lose. People want to see Mone win, I think, in wrestling. She's a great wrestler and everything. I don't know. Whatever. People harp on her enough, but that was hilarious. Her clapback just, bitch, shut the I'm richer. I didn't expect F-bombs, but she's right, you know, like she's rich and works less. That's not a downgrade. Even Adam Copeland, it's like, yeah, going in that building, you could say that's a downgrade as far as like the actual wrestling itself. But career-wise, I don't know, man. Getting paid to chill, that's like the dream for everyone, no? Getting paid
Right?
to just chill and sit around, right? That's the dream, I think, for everybody.
Can't falter for that part of it. Like,
so Yoda Tsuji has said that New Japan Pro Wrestling need to stop letting AEW disrespect them, letting wrestlers with no history record challenge for IWGP titles, even going so far as to say that it could lead back to the infamous Dark Ages. So does that mean when like Inoki just shoots on the great Antonio or whatever? That'd be funny. No, I don't want to see that at all. Just send Roosh. He already did it. And Jose, the assistant, who hates PWT, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, speaking of which, here he is saying, y'all bookmark my tweets, but blended in long videos with a bunch of other tweets. So I was like, well, he confirmed he watches the show. You know, hating on me, whatever. But yeah, Jose, I know you're listening. Send Roosh for Jack Barry again. Okay,
Please.
that's money right there. Yeah, please. We all love that. AEW is a tying company, and Sting charges $5,000 just to put on his makeup. Is that the truth? So let's hear Cornette and Bryan last talk about. We covered this here on the show, like in depth. AEW All In Texas presser, you know, and come on now, Eric. The Blue Chew mascot himself, Conrad, was there. It was hilarious. That's crazy. So he's still charging like $5,000 to put the makeup on and show up.
Otherwise he shows up with sunglasses.
So do you think like that's how it works with Tony Khan, to where like he's got a deal with Tony, or do you think Tony has it written in the deal like, no, if you show up here, the $5,000 is built in for the appearance?
Tony's paying him enough. Yeah, I'm sure Tony's paying him well enough where I'm sure he makes much more than $5,000 per Tony appearance.
Because it's not like
what he charges.
It's not like Tony calls him on the phone and then is like, Sting, we need you. And then he's like, okay, Tony, that extra $5,000 for the face paint is in like, it's not like that's what's happening.
No, that's what Sting charges when he's going to go to like, you know, fan fests and like books and signings and stuff or whatever.
Let's listen to what old Cornette's got to say here.
All right. Are we going to talk about the All In Texas on sale package?
Oh, boy. How many fans did you count in those very closely cropped shots of the fans right at that barricade?
That's the thing. It was sad. That's what I was talking about earlier. You know, you start to not even take any pleasure in pointing out the ludicrosity of what's going on here. They tried to put a package together of the on sale extravaganza they put on with the talent outside the stadium that they're still saying they're going to run next summer. And it was TV action footage, shots of the stadium empty. It's a great looking stadium. And here's the drone shot from overhead. There's nobody in it. And it's just sitting here. And then the talent. I mean, Lashley was there. Bryan Danielson Sting was there. In face paint.
I got a problem with that. Bryan Danielson, the last time we saw him on TV, he lost his final match to Moxley and almost died. They tried to kill him again. This is the first time we've seen.
Yeah, exactly. The first time we've seen him, and he's like dressed like a school teacher, fine. And he had like a weird haircut that I'm not used to seeing him with. And it was just like, dude, the last time we saw you was like, you're done. And Moxley put a bag over your head and everything. And now you're just here. And I get it. You have to sell the thing, and WWE will do this stuff too. Well, I don't know. Who knows if we'll see Cody before his return, but Yeah, I just hate when wrestling does that in general. It's like, God damn it. That's a huge pop when his music hits or whatever.
Seen him on TV since then, isn't it?
Happy as a pig in
Raising his arms up like he has no neck problems or no problems with anything whatsoever. First time we've seen him since the Death Riders.
And not saying like, yeah, I know that I'm here now. You guys haven't seen me, but I want vengeance on them. Or if you guys see me again, it will be at All in Texas. I make my return. I don't know who my opponent is, but I want Moxley. He put that bag over my head. God damn it. Like Danielson wasn't even doing anything like that either. That's what's crazy.
Rode death on him.
Yeah, it broke his neck. But all that talent was on a stage talking in front of a nice little press conference backdrop, talking to 25 people in a parking lot. When you saw either the still pictures from people or unedited phone camera footage from people, they had like a bicycle rack barricade that there were people lined up to
a bicycle rack barricade. Oh, come on now, Jim. That's not very fair. It was a standard metal barricade. I was there promoting Starcast and Blue Chews. Jim, come on. That's not very fair to say.
Oh, come on now, Eric.
Two abreast for like 20 feet. And Sting was there. How do you advertise a Sting autograph session even and only get 25 people? And that's why I was in face paint. I talked to a guy that did a lot of
people. Oh my God, dude. It's so ruthless on them. There's more than 25. Jim's
maybe,
like
maybe 50. It was not that many. Someone said there was 200.
Booking of talent at convention. He ran conventions, so he booked a lot of talent. He knew what he was paying people.
See, and I was like, that's going to be a good match. Always put my foot in my mouth, dude. It's like, but the finish, though, Ospreay does that too. The finishes to almost all of his I said this before he was at AEW as well, when I reviewed like him versus like Mike Bailey or whatever. He does this all the time where he just buries the finish. Like he just stuffs so much in there.
Yeah.
And you're like, come on, man. You don't need to do all that. Like one or two of those things would have been amazing.
Sell the moves and don't just do 36 of them. It makes no sense to me.
Okay, so here comes Claudio, and is he injured or something? Like he's coming out here, but he's not in the trios match, but he's one of the trios champions.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, amazing.
And he said, I have to pay Sting. I can't remember what he said, 10, 15 grand, but it's $5,000 extra if he puts his face paint on. And wait, he's charging you $5,000 to paint his face? Yeah, otherwise he wears the sunglasses. Oh, God damn it.
Yep.
How can you have all those people there and only get 25 people or whatever it was? Help me. I bet you're on mute.
I'm trying to think of how to even say it anymore. The product is ice cold. Nobody cares about it. I don't know how much local promotion they did for the on sale, but considering how bad they've been with local promotion.
And they're saying like 1 million gate. They sold like just over 6,000 tickets or something to get that. So
yeah,
I don't know. That seems like gouging. And I'm not hating, but UFC, they'll be like 19 million gate. Like it's nothing, bro. They're throwing around like, we did 9 million on the gate. And I'm not hating on the 1 million, but boys, that's like that's not even 1/3 of Mox's contract, let alone everyone else, man. So when it's just
run that giant stadium.
Yeah, that's why we can't listen to Dave when he's like the profitable, whatever. And we don't care. Here's the thing these got to understand. We don't care if a company's losing money and operating in the red. That's not the point. The point is that Dave is trying to gaslight, and like all these Muppets are trying to gaslight. Like that isn't the case when it is the case.
Are you drawing a live crowd? Like that's
exactly. That's what we care about. Like what's the live crowd? Like are people showing up? Even if the tickets are $1, you got to fill that up. You know, at least go to buildings that are full. Yeah, at least do a good product. Like be unique. Have your own identity. Get rid of those white ropes, man, to try and look like WWE and all that. Just stop. I don't know. Get some new originality, some new creativity in there.
Pushing for all sorts of things. Who knows how it was?
You could have stood up on Interstate 35 and flagged people into the parking lot and got 200.
You could have done a lot of things differently than the way they've done it so far. And again, Bryan Danielson, the last time we saw him We didn't know if he was going to live. And here he is. She's just happy to be there.
It's nice to see that, it's the miracle of modern science and modern medicine, Brian.
Brian, it's Tony. I need you to get out of bed for these 35 people here at this barricade. Fly to Texas. That's the other thing, like you said. They moved Australia indoors. How the hell are they going to run a stadium that's, 40,000 capacity, not counting seats on the floor?
And they're set up for 25,000.
And what would you say?
Like, why even go to that building, man?
It's
just
so dumb. It makes no sense.
20 if they're lucky right now.
This is like, we're disappointed because we want you to do good, Tony. God damn it. It's almost 2025. We're done begging, bro. That's why everyone just started shitting on it. It's
But
like,
there's
we're
no
done
faith
begging.
because Tony's just running it into the ground.
God damn it. Just don't do it. We'd rather just see you not do it and put on a show with people who want to be there, who have the best experience in a packed ass building that's so loud and memorable. And it looks like the people are spilling out in the
bigger venue.
Yes. And then the next time people are like, did you see that hot show? We got to go next time. That's what we want, man.
Jesus Christ. How are they going to get 20,000 people right now anywhere in this country?
If they were lucky. If they were able to get people to just say, hey, this is my summer vacation, a nice trip to Arlington.
To buy propane and propane accessories, Peggy.
Perhaps that's what they're thinking. I don't know, but what do they have to fill? I mean, they had Sting there. Sting's retired. You can't bring him back because otherwise everyone who bought the biggest pay-per-view you ever had. Bryan Danielson, they said it was his last regular match, so you at least have the out there. But who do you want to see him wrestle? You don't want to see him wrestle Moxley again. It's not about I need to see him get his revenge. Just if he could wrestle again against.
It would be about that if they did some story here and not just kidnapping angles and shit.
Anyone and
poison people.
Poison. That's because give him the blue poison.
I'll be happy too. There's nothing. What
was that? Toilet bowl cleaner or something?
It was supposed to be some sort of bleach.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was round of applause for our AEW hot news. That was
Buddy,